Hey guys, it's Nate from the bike company. Wanted to do a quick video to help you get more lifespan out of your drivetrain. There's basically 4 steps to improve your drivetrain's lifespan and the service intervals. Before we get to those 4 steps, let's take a quick look at how a chain is built so we know what's wearing. You have an outer link, an inner link with a bushing, a roller, and a pin that connects it all. When we talk about chain stretch, the links aren't actually stretching. The pin and the bushings and the pin and to the roller to a lesser extent wear in on each other, and they create a wear gap that then requires the chain to elongate in order to transfer the power. So it's not so much that the links are stretching, it's that the wear on the pin and the wear on the bushing allows that movement. And then actually, because when you start with your chain new, it's got a full circumference engaged, so it's at least 180 degrees when it's pushing or pulling. Once we've worn that in and we have a much smaller contact area, it's going to wear faster, which is part of the reason why when you're watching your chain drivetrain wear, kind of cruises along and then at the end it sort of kicks up and all of a sudden it wears. It's one of the reasons why. The other thing that wears drivetrains, when that chain starts to stretch, it's no longer engaging all the teeth on the cassette or the chain ring, so it's not spreading that load as much. Now that's going to create hammer forming, it's going to create shark tooth issues where it cuts into the metal a bit, whole variety of things. But again, that's one of the reasons why the wear expedites at the end, is because you're not getting that load transferred through as many teeth. It's transferring through far fewer teeth, and that's where you get your clicks and you get your deformed teeth. A lot of times you'll get bent teeth. So the 4 quick ways to keep your drivetrain lasting longer: keep it clean. The less dirt, grime, mud, and muck that you have in the pins, between the bushings and the pins and the roller and the pins, the happier it's going to be. Sand is very, very abrasive. Dirt's very abrasive. A water jet cutter is actually using sand as the cutting tool and uses the high pressure water just to move the sand. So, there is that level of abrasion in the debris that we see in these chains. So keeping it clean between rides so that you're not forcing more sand, dirt, mud, muck into it, very critical. Step 2 is keep it lubed. I lube my chain every ride. Typically I use Bow Shield. About once a month I use the Demontech wet, even though we don't ride in the wet. It's kind of like a nice little tune-up in a can. It's a more aggressive lube. You do want to make sure you wipe all the excess off. Otherwise, when you use a more aggressive lube than you need, it's going to attract dirt and it's going to capture more dirt, which we just talked about we don't want on the pins. Another thing, and I'm pretty bad about this, if you use Bow Shield like directed and let it sit, it works a lot better. I'm pretty guilty of getting to the trail and just throwing it on and going, and it works pretty well that way. But if I think about it ahead and I let it sit and dry like it's supposed to, I get notably better shifting, quieter performance. Number 3, keep your bike in tune. This goes back to the wear based on how many teeth are engaging. Anytime that you have less teeth engage, more power is being asked of each of those teeth to hold, and it's going to start to deform them and create issues. So you see in the video I mess with the B tension and I get it way out, but you can see how many teeth it disengages versus when it's adjusted properly and it's got a nice wrap around it. So keep it adjusted. That plays huge dividends in getting a little bit longer lifespan. Number 4, shift kindly. I don't care if you have a cable-driven system or one of the wireless systems like an Axis. When you're shifting, ease up on the power a little bit, especially if you're going up hills, and especially if you're going up steep, big hills. That goes back to, once again, when we minimize the amount of teeth that are holding power, it's really tough on everything. So when we're shifting, it's actually at the least amount of teeth that are trying to hold that power. So if you're putting tons of power through shifting gears and all of a sudden it goes from having a bunch of teeth to hold on to next to no teeth, well, you're going to have skipping, you're going to have abuse to the cassette. It's really tough on it. So be kind to your shifting. Sometimes it's better to take the ego hit than to pop a chain. It's just easier. That's how it works. If you want to read more, check out the blog below this video on bikeco.com, where we have a few more details and some other diagrams and graphics for you.